I read about this tribe of Africans that are so religious they put bones through their dog's nose. I thought, that's so cruel. The dog keeps burying its face, digging it back up again. You know, what?
Oh, you've heard the rumor, haven't you?
Comedy clubs across Canada, from St. John's to Vancouver. They're just the latest craze to sweep the entertainment industry. A place to go on a Saturday night, and business is booming.
So I'll be crying.
With the clubs, too, have come the stand-up comedians. Some bad, some brilliant. United in their pursuit of success. Yet each is different as they are similar.
I tried writing naked one time. I thought maybe you could strip away all the pretenses of civilization, get into the truth, you know, and that didn't work either. Mostly I wrote stuff like, boy, this is really cold.
These comedians do, however, have one thing in common. They will try, do, or say anything for a laugh.
Also, it really upset the other people in the library.
Hi, I'm Norm Edwards, and I'll be your host for the next half hour as we explore the world of stand-up comedy. It's a world that at first glance might appear to be filled with glamour, money, and fame. But as we shall learn, a world that in reality is without a doubt the most difficult entertainment art form to succeed in, where the hours are long, the work is grueling, and the rewards are small. It's a world in which many try, few succeed, and one that bears out the old adage that comedy is a very serious business. But for the ones that do succeed, the payoff is enormous. Eddie Murphy, Bill Cosby, Robin Williams, all stand-up comedians, and all among the most successful and sought-after entertainers in the world, and there are more. Jay Leno, David Letterman, Arsenio Hall. The list reads like a who's who of the entertainment industry. Some of the most successful entertainers of our time all have roots in stand-up comedy, and they all started in places just like this. This unassuming building in downtown Calgary is generally regarded as the birthplace of modern stand-up comedy in the city. For a brief time in 1982, it was called the Snickers Comedy Club. Bill Robinson was a part owner of that club, and he knows why it failed to succeed.
It was a combined stand-up and improvisational club. We were using local talent from the Loose Moose Theater as an improvisational troupe, and as well as we're using stand-ups from Vancouver mostly at that time. The response we got was really excellent. The biggest problem there was the fact that it was a restaurant and a lounge operation, and comedy alone could not carry the freight on the cost of operating that location.
Despite the club's failure, Robinson was hooked. Feeling strongly that comedy could succeed in the city, he bought into the Yuck Yucks chain in 1983 and later brought in a franchise. The club took off and continues to be popular. Robinson feels he knows why.
Yuck Yucks has a very unique and established format. It, for one thing, it's promoted as a club, as a comedy club. It's not where you have comedy as well as something else, or it's not like, oh, here's a band and a comedian in between. Or the whole focal point of Yuck Yucks operation is professional stand-up comedy.
Robinson must be right. His club continues to pack him in, but it's not just the Yuck Yucks chain. The competition is doing booming business as well. Former Calgary Punchlines Comedy Club owner Rich Elwood has his own theories for the success of this club.
The mix of improvisational comedy, we have a house improv group called the No Name Players, and that mix combined with stand-up comedies, it's a very nice blend. People, I believe, are fed up with the disco scene. Again, certainly it has appeal to some people. Comedy club is just it's a wonderful way of spending a no-pressure evening, and you'd be surprised the amount of people that come to our clubs that are on a first date.
Here's the trick. They send you a picture of your car speeding, you send them a picture of $60.
Elwood began Punchlines in Vancouver in 1978, expanded to Calgary 3 years ago, and has more expansion plans on the horizon. Clearly, comedy has arrived, but so too has the demand for top-notch comedians.
We deal with agents that mostly book, their clients have mostly appeared on Late Night with David Letterman or The Tonight Show, and or are headline acts at the Improv or at the Comedy and Magic Club in Hermosa Beach.
Well, basically, because we're a national company, A lot of our stable is based in Toronto, and we have people in Toronto that work the whole circuit. We also have people based locally. We have people based in Vancouver, and then we also use American acts that we've developed over the years. Real comedy crowds, they look for something different. Again, they want somebody that's up there that's saying something that's making them react, and we try and give them that mix.
Got to go to Saskatoon last June. Saskatchewan, there's a wonderful province. So much to see and do.
This is a warning for anybody that ever picks mushrooms on the West Coast. Do not eat them in the field. It can hurt you real bad. Because here's usually the scenario. People
But even with the circuit, there just isn't enough good, legitimate talent to go around. And club owners are starting to look at developing the local comedy pool by providing their clubs as an outlet for would-be comedians to try out their act in front of more than just their friends.
1 little, 2 little, 3 little white men. How do you like it?
Open mic night, an opportunity for aspiring comedians to strut their stuff in front of demanding, sometimes indifferent audiences. A chance to grow and develop, and an acid test to separate those serious about a career in comedy from those that aren't. For some, it can be nerve-wracking.
It can be quite nerve-wracking. You know, there is a lot of nervous energy that you do feel prior to the show, and I found that the size of the audience, as well as you know, your own personal energy levels, they affect your nervousness. And in the beginning, I found that it was very difficult to utilize those energies positively.
It's pretty tough. I'm really nervous. Got butterflies in my stomach and stuff. But it's coming along. It's getting better. I'm getting better.
When I first started doing comedy, being on stage was really scary. Like at the first, I'd be nervous for like a week. I wouldn't plan on doing it for like a month or so. I'd start getting ready for it. But now that's pretty much gone. Now I'll do it, and on the drive down here, I'll think about what I'm going to do.
It's a different feeling. It's a rush that I have never had before. When you have a real good night, a killer night, you feel just great about it. Sometimes your show it seems like you've only been up there 2 minutes, and other times it can feel like 2 hours.
Yeah, like there's nothing I want to eat in there now. Maybe if I wait for 5 minutes, something will grow.
Well, open mic night can be a valuable experience for young comedians. It can also be invaluable to club owners. Sometimes treat them as auditions and quickly sign up the brightest and the best.
Kids have a chance to come out every week and work on their craft, and I think it's a great opportunity for them. A lot of them, I find, don't use it to their benefit, which is too bad. You know, they get into a rut and they get maybe 5 minutes of material, and it makes people laugh, so they're afraid to kind of break away from that, not realizing that they're hurting themselves. You know, the whole thing is that you've got to go up and take a chance, and that's what open mic is for.
You can tell if somebody's got the raw ingredients, the basic ingredients, the raw talent. You can tell it by a couple of things. If there is originality in their material, and yeah, you can just tell by the feverish way in which they perform. They want to do it.
Harold Preuss is one of those people who wants to do it, desperately. A graduate of the open mic sessions, he's had a taste of stand-up comedy, and now he wants a career in this tough business. To be the next Jay Leno. He's very methodical in his approach.
You know, if you think about it, it's like a corporation. You have to work your way up. People have to know you, you have to make your contacts, they have to see what you do, they have to like you, they have to trust you, and you're on your way up, hopefully. You know, hopefully you'll be rewarded for what you do.
Do you ever notice that right around the time Elvis died, Ralph Klein showed up?
Bruce knows that to be successful, you have to give the audience exactly what they want, with style and originality. He also says there are other more mechanical elements in the formula for success.
It's pretty simple, really. There's writing. You have to be a good writer, or you have to get somebody to do it for you. Nobody can really afford to do in stage 2. And you have to just be a good performer, so you just have to do it a lot. The more you do it, hopefully the better you get, the more you learn.
Bruce's love affair with comedy dates back to his childhood. He has tasted success in improvisational comedy, but it's success in stand-up that he's pursuing now and is prepared to make sacrifices to attain.
I'll make sacrifices. You sort of have to talk it over with the wife, you know. I mean, what is the most important and stuff, and make sure you don't end up wrecking your life just to achieve some sort of weird sort of thing, you know. Unless you both agree that, yes, you do want to wreck your life. But if the wife agrees, honey, yes, do the weird thing and wreck your life, I'll be right behind you, then that's very good. You do that.
Preuss says he knows of no other occupation that would satisfy his creativity. Yet, while he knows what he wants to achieve, he doesn't have a timetable for success, preferring rather to continue his career one day at a time.
I know you're supposed to have a long-term goal. I don't really have a long-term goal. I know you're supposed to, but it's just sort of things as they develop.
Preuss does have a goal this night, to win. He's entered a competition called War of the Wits, where the winner gets to open for the Smothers Brothers on the Calgary stop of their Canadian tour. It means an opportunity to perform in front of a packed house in the prestigious Jack Singer Concert Hall. Definitely big time.
How are you? What's your name here? Jay? J, Bobe, Banana, Bodana, Jay. I'd like to involve the audience in the show.
In the end, Preuss is judged to be the winner. This just could be the break he's been waiting for.
The hoser capital of the free world. Oh, how about those Leafs, eh? Oh yeah, we got a dome there in Toronto, open, shut. It's refractable, you know.
Howard Glassman. 5 years ago, he gave up a successful and promising career in radio to pursue a career in stand-up comedy. It was a decision he has never regretted.
I had always done stand-up. For 4 or 5 years before that, I had done club work, evenings on the weekends. I'd go out on holidays once in a while on tour. But I always had this nagging feeling that if I didn't try it full-time and make a commitment to it, that I'd never really give it a chance. You know, I didn't want to be 55 and think, oh, I should have tried that stand-up thing. So I was good in the fact that I got to see what it was really like, and I got a good perspective on, you know, what the job was, and I excelled at it to a certain level.
Glassman has returned to his radio career, and although he attained a certain degree of success in comedy, he is under no delusions of what it would have taken to really become big time.
I sometimes look at guys on TV that I know that I could kick their butt in a club, and I think to myself, well, you know, what if, but I don't have the big what if question. What if I had never tried it? You know, I don't regret leaving it because I don't. Some guys embrace the lifestyle, and some guys put up with it. I loathed it. I mean, you really got to want it. That's the thing. I wanted to do it, and I love performing. I mean, it's the coolest. I love it better than being on the radio. I love it better than being on television. But I just wasn't desperate. I mean, I didn't want it so bad that I'd ruin my body. I'd ruin, you know, I just didn't want it so bad. I mean, there are guys that are making it now that really aren't any better than I am, just wanted it 50 times more than I did.
Family Ties is a hit show. I am a major celebrity. I am recognized everywhere I go. Oh, let's face it, I'm recognized everywhere I go as a geek.
For Mark Price, wanting it, going after it, and getting it is something that he has grown quite used to. Price auditioned for a one-time guest shot on a then little-watched U.S. network sitcom and proceeded to parlay that into a recurring role as the nerdish and lovable Skippy on Family Ties. Now, at the age of 22, he is turning his attentions towards stand-up comedy.
Well, you know, I was doing stand-up before the series stopped. So there was no decision like the series over now, what should I do? Stand-up comedy's booming, let's go for that. You know, it wasn't like that. I was always doing it, I never stopped. I never took a break or anything, you know what I mean? And of course, it's what I do, you know? So it wasn't like a decision.
And no matter what happens to the plane, the little black box always survives the crash. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Why don't they build the entire plane out of this mysterious black box material? Some kind of military secret or something?
Appearances on TV, movies, and a steady stream of club appearances on both sides of the border keeps Price on the go constantly. But that's a part of the business he's learned to accept.
On the road, that's what I do. Again, I love it, so I'm not complaining here at all. But it's a bit of a grind, not necessarily doing the shows as much as the airports and the hotel rooms, and, you know what I mean, and carting around from city to city and time zones and weather conditions and all that kind of stuff. It's rough, but I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. That's what I do. That's the decision I made.
How do you guys come up with your names for your funky Canadian places anyway? Balzac. Saskatoon. Saskatchewan. Sounds like Chinese food. I'll have these Saskatchewan.
Well, Price is popular in the club circuit right now. He knows he has tough career decisions to make, affecting his career in stand-up and continuing to be an actor.
I have to just kind of keep moving forward, just keep doing what I'm doing, keep working on my act, you know, keep growing as a comic and as an actor, choose good projects. That's important, you know, because right now I'm in a position where it's a delicate balance. if I get offered something, I have to balance, you know, financially the move. I have to balance what it is versus what I want to do versus work versus not work. You know, hopefully you keep climbing up that ladder little by little so that you get to the point where you can only accept projects that you really believe in, that really say something, you know, that you really feel. I'm not quite at that point right now. You know, I'll do something that I'm not crazy about and try and make it better and, you know, do the best I can with it.
Oh, darling, when I first met you, you were in a bar. You were really drunk. Sleazy. Chasing every guy in the place. And I knew you were the woman for me.
Mike Neun is a 51-year-old folk singer turned comedian. He's been making people laugh for more than 30 years, combining a biting wit with a laid-back delivery and a passable singing voice. Neun is not what you'd expect to see when you go to a comedy club.
We got married, but then you changed. You quit drinking and chasing around. Made me the happiest man on earth. It's a pretty gentle act compared to most comedians. A lot of comedians, especially nowadays, are very aggressive, very attacking sort of comedians, and I'm not. I've never felt that way on stage. I just up there trying to have fun and make some money.
With over 3 decades in the business, Neun has seen a lot of changes in stand-up comedy over the years, especially in the style and choice of material of new comedians.
Young comedians now are getting more and more into really interesting stuff, not just dirty jokes and bathroom humor and stuff. I think it's easier to start out now as a comedian because like there are just a lot more clubs, a lot more places where you can go and just sit in and do open mics and stuff like that. And we used to argue about hunting. I never got into hunting, never liked it. I don't know why. I love the killing, but I couldn't stand the camaraderie and walking around in the woods.
Neun has appeared in clubs and on TV across the U.S. and Canada. He calls the wilds of Washington State home, but his love of that area may actually have been a detriment to his career. A few years ago, he appeared on a pilot TV show for a new comedy series. Among the cast, 6 notables as then unknown young stars David Letterman and Jay Leno.
They wanted it more than I do. I didn't want to live in Los Angeles. I wanted to live in nice places. While he was in Los Angeles, Letterman and Leno, they were down there in Los Angeles or New York working. I was at Sun Valley and I was skiing and I was, you know, and it wasn't as important to me. And the quality of life meant more to me than being a big star.
As the audience starts to arrive for this night's Smothers Brothers concert, a laid-back Harold Preuss has time to contemplate changes to his act. He plans none.
I'm a little bit nervous about it, but I think the main thing is to be warm and to have people like you. And you don't want to look nervous. You want to take your time. Basically, you can only do the same thing that you always do, which is whatever your bit is. There's no point in trying to change and suddenly tap dance around the stage if you've never done that before.
Then I'll play the Smothers scene to bring you on. Yeah. You won't do cabbage. No.
Calgary here.
Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
It is now moments before showtime. As the anticipation grows, Preuss is beginning to show some signs of nervousness.
Do the best you can. That's all you can do.
The Smothers Brothers.
Thank you very much.
As the Smothers Brothers ease into the first part of their polished, well-rehearsed act, Preuss waits anxiously.
He is the winner of this contest that took place over the past several weeks, and he's a dutifully, willfully, and extraordinarily good winner. And let's have a warm hand. He's Calgary's own Harold Preuss.
And then with the introduction, he's on stage for the most important performance yet in his young career.
Hi. I was out jogging today. It's good to jog. I like to jog. It's just that sometimes I get lazy and I take the car. So, you know. Well, no, jogging is great, but what happens? Sometimes you're jogging along. What happens? You spill ice from your drink. Smoke from your cigarette blows back in your face. It doesn't always... work out. What should be done with our old people? Should they be used in medical research against their will or not? Well, see, my grandmother didn't mind, and I got an A in my high school science project, so there you go, buddy.
In 15 minutes, it's all over.
Okay, I'm Harold Preuss. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Visibly relieved and elated, Harold Preuss has survived his big league debut. More than survived. He feels he has hit a home run.
Pretty happy with that.
Once again, the Smothers Brothers and the Yo-Yo Man.
While Preuss continues to revel in his moment of glory, the Smothers Brothers take to the stage and slip effortlessly into the rehearsed lines and practiced wit of their familiar routines.
I don't care. I don't care.
Wait,
I don't care.
that's not the way that song goes.
I don't care.
But those were the wrong words.
I don't care.
You don't care? Why not?
I don't know.
You don't know?
But I don't care.
You don't know the words, you don't care, and you don't know.
If you don't care and you don't know, who cares?
As the Smothers Brothers continue to delight their audience, Harold Preuss watches and dreams. Someday, maybe it'll be him headlining on that stage.
I know that you're acting like a stupid fool.
Well, that's my job.
Well, you're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you very much.
That's not a compliment.
Another Friday night at Yuck Yucks. Harold Preuss is the MC for tonight's show. It's a step up from where he's been. It's miles from where he wants to be. But maybe wanting, the all-consuming desire to succeed, may just be that intangible that can propel him to the top.
Hi. Well, I have a good show for you tonight. We have me. Thank you.
It's a pit bull of a business. And if you're going to do it, if you're going to make it happen, you got to stick with it. I think that's it. And you got to know that that's what you're all about, too. I meet a lot of people that are funny. They kind of think comedy would be neat, but they're not really sure. You know, they think it's kind of, they want to toy with it, you know, and I encourage them, go ahead and toy with it, because that's the great thing about stand-up comedy. Anybody can do it.
What it really takes to make it in this business, to me, are like perseverance. You just have to keep at it. A lot of people, you know, there's a lot of failures. You have to go through a lot of failures, and a lot of times when you bomb, and that hurts, you know, and so you have to keep at it. And if you want to make it to the top, you have to work harder than anyone else. You got to be smart. You got to do things differently from other people. You got to be different from what everyone else is doing.
If desire and hard work are the keys to success, Preuss is on his way to the top. In fact, he's happy just to be working, earning a living from his craft.
I'm just like a working guy. I'm not making amazing money or anything. I'm making a living, and since I'm still fairly new at this, I'm accepting that, and I go, that's okay. And I don't expect to be a millionaire, sort of, just as long as I can make a living, and a decent living, you know? An honest day's pay for an honest day's work. That's just what I think.
Harold Preuss, in his own words, one of the fastest rising average young comedians in Canada. Someone who is willing to do anything for his dream. Anything for a laugh.
The worst thing I've smelt yet. Oh, look, there lays a real dead man. In the midst of life, he's laid out on the table. He's not going nowhere. No, he can't. He's not able.
I'm in love with me. I'm in love with me. Yes, I'm leaving you for a love that's true.
Okay, first of all, it's an overhand release. If you're trying the yo-yo, don't drop it from the hand. You bring it overhanded. You spin it hard, build the cradle, rock that baby, and then